Hi guys, and welcome to my new channel what's gonna be mostly about the cars. In this very first episode I'm gonna do a first big service on this BMW 7 Series from 2016 with almost 34,000 miles on the clock. So what exactly I'm gonna do? In first place I'm gonna do a regular service, which is engine oil and filters. Then I'm gonna change front lower control arms, then anti-roll bar links, and then front and rear brakes. And who's gonna help me with this? My very close friend, the underpaid mechanic. So let's call him to the scene. So like you can see, my underpaid mechanic is actually me. And why? Because in those days it's hard to get a good hand or hands. And also, you know that saying, if you want to do it something right or well, do it yourself. So now let's get to the garage. I almost forgot, I don't have a garage, I have only this shed and also outdoors. So enough of talking and let's get to work. So here is everything I'm gonna replace. Now I'm gonna start with engine oil and filters. So first step, I jack up the 7 Series. Or I'll drive on 2 pieces of plastic. That was close. Come on. Yeah. I'll put there a cloth. A little bit of cleaning. New filter. So now I'm gonna remove the old ring. Here is the new one. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on it. Now I push oil filter to oil filter cover. And now back to the engine. Old oil filter to garbage. Now remove the cover. That's gonna be a shower. Okay, that should be enough. New sealing ring. And again 25 Newton meters of torque. So this one is done. Now filling the engine with the oil. That should be enough. Now back to horizontal position, turn off the engine, wait 5 minutes and check the engine oil. And now checking the oil level. Just in the range between minimum and maximum. If somebody is curious about oil quantity between minimum and maximum on dipstick, it's a 1 liter. New air filter. And 2016. It looks like it's never been replaced. Really strange. Let's put the new one in. It's done. And now reset for all service interval. Press start stop button 3 times. Yeah, it's in diagnostic mode. Now I'm gonna press this button for a few seconds. Yeah, and then I'm gonna hold it again. Yeah, it's gonna ask. Again, hold it for 3 seconds. Yeah, reset in progress. Reset successful. Then you can just press the start stop button and it's done. New cabin filter. So airflow on the air filter is going from this way and this way out. You can see on the direction. And it's going inside like that. So again, airflow this way in, this way out. There is a mark. Don't forget on the water drain hose. It's done. And now new fuel filter. Finally, new fuel filter coming in. It's done. So now front control arms, front anti-roll bar links, front brakes, and like you can see, I'm using only OEM parts like Lamforder and Brembo. Maybe you're asking why Brembo? It's because this 7 Series M Sport package, and for front brakes it's supplied by Brembo brand, so that's why. So first, removing locking pins. Then brake pads. This one here was burned like a hell. Almost on minimum. Old audio cables, they come handy for brake calipers. Good idea is cover brake caliper with some bigger cloth to prevent paint damage, like I didn't do. Rust solvent. Quick fire catching plastic. I wanted to remove whole wheel arch, but then I found out that it's not necessary. Maybe you're asking why I'm replacing control arms on car with 34,000 miles on the clock. Reason is simple: run flat tires. You can see on tension strut that the bushing is worn out. Okay, new parts going in. Not too tight at this moment. Another control arm in. Not too tight again. If somebody will consider this video like an instruction for a repair and you don't want to play with the jack like I did, please install wishbone rod first and then tension strut. You save a lot of time. Now, torque wrench. Anti-roll bar link. Old brake pad wear sensor. And now pressing the brake pistons back into brake caliper and a little bit of cleaning. New brake disc. Brake paste. New brake pads. Little note, The adhesive layer cannot be touched by anything while installing into brake caliper. Brake caliper clip, brake caliper pin, and now press the brake pedal and hold it for 1 minute so brake pads and brake caliper pistons can bond together. And finally, brake indicator. And done. And now the other side. That was much quicker. And now tightening bolts on control arms. But this cannot be done while car is in the air, because if you tighten them up when wheels are hanging in the air, they definitely damage new bushings. Therefore, wheels must be on the ground or a ramp with chassis of the car loaded on them. In my case, front of the chassis fell too much to the ground that I ended up with a lowrider mode and the button for the air suspension didn't work. So I started panic, because I thought that I cut some airline. Later I stopped panic and I connected the diagnostic tool and tried to figure out why front of the air suspension is not filling with the air. And surprisingly, there wasn't any fault about the air suspension. So my last solution, drive it and hope it will settle itself. And voila, it did after I drove about 20 meters. So now I'm back with wheels on 2 pieces of plastic, or ramps if you would like to say, and I can finally tighten bolts on control arms. But the problem is that I don't have a space to operate them with a torque wrench, so I just tighten them with a normal wrench and then I just adjust when it'll be enough by the feel in the hand. If anybody is interested in torque values, they are shown below. Now all the plastic covers, and done. And finally rear brakes and rear anti-roll bar links. Rear brake system is from TRW, but I'm gonna use Brembo instead. So first plastic cover, anti-roll bar link, a new one, and now rear brakes. Old brake pad wear sensor, somebody already changed rear brake pads, but that person used some unknown brand. That's why I'm replacing them. Also, they were squeaky. New brake disc. Little cleaning. Pressing brake piston back into brake caliper. Almost showroom effect. Brake paste again. New brake pads coming in. New brake pad wear sensor. Finally, last plastic cover. And the other side. Last thing, tightening the wheel nuts. So everything has been done like I wanted. Also right now 7 Series after wheel alignment and fitted with the new tires, normal tires, no run flat tires anymore, and I can say that the ride is much better than before. My underpaid mechanic did a really great job. So it will be nice to pay him, and I will do, with blueberry muffins. He loves them. So that's all for this episode, and in next one I'll do battery maintenance, possible replacement, and also software update for this 7 Series. See you next time.